Today we are playing one of my favorite types of lists of all time. We are talking about a MARDU Reanimator list built around a Sister's Call. Now, Spirit Sister's Call is an enchantment that allows us to target a permanent card from our graveyard, bringing it back to life by sacrificing another card on the battlefield that shares that card's type. Now, Sister's Call is an enchantment and can target itself to bring back other enchantments. So this deck not only has some great creatures, but it also has some great enchantments as well as creature enchantments, which are pretty sweet cards that help synergize the deck really well. But we're kicking things off with Fable the Mirror Breaker and Restoration of Inganjo. Both of these are going to allow us to fill up our graveyard with those bigger creatures and allow us to sacrifice the tokens that they generate to bring those creatures back, or even sacrifice those enchantments later when they become creatures to bring our creatures back. Now, those creatures are going to be things like Toxrill, Sanctuary Warden, as well as Morog. All three of these cards serve their own purposes in their own ways, but they are all big enough to close out a game in their own ways as well. And I mean, the deck, again, it has so many synergies. We could talk about it for hours, but we're going to just jump right into the gameplay footage. If you want the full deck breakdown, stick around to the end of the video for that. And in the meantime, there's a list down below in the links in the description if you want that as well. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, don't forget to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. Both of those go a very long way, and they're free ways to help support and grow the channel. With that being said, enjoy the games, guys. We'll see you at the end. Peace. Be sure to check out the new Swayze shop that just went live. Get yourself a really cool community-inspired t-shirt, all while helping support the channel. Links to the shop will be down below in the description. And with that being said, enjoy the games. Peace. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a spicy one, but they're always spicy here on the channel, man. We try to keep it as spicy as possible, but today is going to be a MARDU build built around Sister's Call. This card is going to be a reanimator type of a card, and we've got the deck built around enchantments and creatures, and even some enchantment creatures, and hopefully we're going to be able to reanimate some really big nasty things. We kind of took a little bit of a hit on the ranking here for the last couple of games, but I think we got this thing dialed in now. I'm pretty happy with the way it's been going. We're going to keep this one for sure. Morog can go back. Trying to figure out which land I want to play there, trying to see what I want this to be, but I guess I'm going to just choose white. We've got, you know, 2 reds already, so all right, that'll work. Another restoration of Ijago is not terrible, and wedding announcement's also not bad. I think we got a really good start here, so this should be pretty cool. We should be able to do the thing this game for sure. That's a 1-2, if I guess 2-2 to the end of turn. Okay, if they want to pump it, I'm gonna go with the wedding announcement first, and no attacks, obviously. I may attack this next turn with both of these just so I can get some card draw, and then if the Spirited Companion dies, we can get it back with the restoration. So that may have to be the move here. All right, I've seen this thing before. It gives each creature in your hand ninjutsu for 4. Yeah, I think we make a pretty easy attack here. We're going to lose the Spirited Companion. Restoration comes down. Restoration on turn 2 is going to discard the Warden, bringing back the Spirited Companion to draw us another card. So that should be pretty good. And we get to draw a card because of the wedding announcement. So ultimately, pretty good value altogether. I like it. And we get another swamp. Not exactly what we wanted, but you know what? We do have the Sister Call, so we can't be too upset about this. Plus the Sanctuary Warden equals good stuff. So hopefully we can make something happen here. Whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library, and anywhere this ability. Okay. So they get a little bit of card advantage here. And they're going to ninjutsu with this guy, which is a 3/2 lifelink creature. Okay. So far, it's not the most threatening squad of creatures, but it's still not, we're not looking great here. Warden goes away. We get back the Doggo. The Doggo draws us a card. And Sister Call comes down. And now we're looking to sack the dog again. We'll leave the 1/1 back this time for some blocks. And we got ourselves a Sanctuary Warden. That's a 6/6. We also draw a card. I mean, this is how it's supposed to be, guys. This is how the deck works, and it is going so smooth right now. Obviously, against ninjutsu, though, anything can happen. This deck, very unusual. Don't know what to expect, to be honest, from our opponent here. Doomscar is looking pretty good too, because we do have a shield counter on the Sanctuary Warden, which is pretty awesome. Pretty sure we got this, you know, battlefield, you know, locked up, except for sweepers obviously can take care of the board, but they're gonna need a lot more mana for a Meat Hook Massacre. Shadow's Verdict does, you know, some damage, but not quite enough. It doesn't hit some of their stuff. Okay, they get to tap that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, they're attacking him with their 3/2 lifelink creature. Are they just trying to maybe gain life? I don't know, but it does die. We'll take it. All right, that's fine. All right, that's a good find with the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because it can copy the Sanctuary Warden at some point in this game. Gonna be pretty hard for us to pull that off, though. I'm sure we're gonna run into some snags along the way with that. But we are gonna play the Fable, and we are going to attack with the Sanctuary Warden. Yes, we're gonna take the shield counter. Another Warden, not bad. And we are going to sacrifice a 2/2 here to get back the dog. The dog's going to draw us a card. Nice. We do have to keep in mind which cards we've brought back to life, though, because the cards that we brought back to life will get exiled if they die. So, something to keep in mind. I was going to get exiled either way, so that's fine. I mean, I like our situation here. Obviously, that ninja gets through, but they don't have enough mana to ninjutsu anything, so it is what it is. There's nothing in the graveyard, so let's go ahead and put this in there and then get it back. And then this can go. Actually, let's just do this. I can play the Sanctuary Warden straight up here, so this is fine. Let's go ahead and put a Field of Ruin just in case. Play the Sanctuary Warden straight up. Another Field of Ruin. I mean, we're looking so good right now. This is crazy. Yeah, that should work. We get a treasure out of the deal. And that's a good turn. It's a good turn. Opponent's still sitting on 3 mana, though. Feel a little bad for them, you know, because of that. But not much you can do about it. All right, let's... Let's Fable again. I think that's a fair trade-off there. We can get more treasures, we can get more card draw. We also can get that companion back later with the sister call. We can sack one of these, you know, tokens and get it back again. So I think there's some value to be had there. And that's the importance too of having the enchantment creatures. They really up the notch of like competitiveness in this deck, because they get to go and find tools for us from the graveyard, and we get to sack. You know, there's some value there. I am gonna drop 2 lands here. This is just madness at this point. I mean, look at what we're doing here to this poor person. It is crazy. All right, we're gonna drop you. I'm looking for some Morog. That would be great. Oh, Toxtrill's not bad either. Toxtrill not bad at all. All right, and we get another land down. Let's do it like that. Get some more treasures. And that's the end of my turn here. I could drop 2 more Fables here if I wanted to, which might be a good idea, actually. Might be a good idea. I think this game is pretty much over. I'm just spitballing here. We're gonna get a Tox Rill down here in a second too, so this should be pretty interesting. And now we've got Tox Rill. So we have a Tox Rill that's an 8/8. We've got, you know, the 6/6 flyer and the Sanctuary Warden. We've got all these creatures to block with, unlimited treasure generation, and Spirited Companion just sitting in the wings here to draw some cards if we need it. Ooh, that's a pretty good Fading Hope though. That immediately gets it removed from the battlefield, period, and it goes up to exile. Fading Hope, a pretty bad card for us to see here, huh? Something just to take note of, I guess. Do it like that. I think that's the best way to block. I mean, I'm still taking my time on these blocks because you never know, but let's just get this in and get this over with. This game should be pretty much over here. They're allowing us to do our thing though, which is super nice of them, but yeah, I do feel a little bad, I can't lie. Two Sister Calls looking pretty solid right about now. Get this in. Get this in. Get the attack through. Get all of these treasures. There's the scoop. Yeah, that was a bit of a beatdown there. They could not find a fourth land drop to save their lives, and we were just doing our thing to the max, man. Holy cow. GG's. All right, well, I hope we're not getting the sound bug here. I thought I kind of heard it going out there at the end of that last game, but we're going to just play through it, I think. Hopefully it doesn't happen, because I've reset my game 3 times today. I just don't want to do it again. Opening hand is pretty good if we find a red source. So together we cross our fingers, guys. Together. Interesting. All right, Spirited Companion, get us there, man. Get us that red source. Yes, I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. Good doggy. And I'm happy to make a block here. Like, I'm not going to let these come through. I knew they were going to have that. Happy to block, though. More blockers would be cool. But I think the treasure's a little bit cooler. Also, we can get the Amirius Call down and get the Tox Rill out in like the next turn or two. So that will be very good. Got to get the treasure, though. Got to get Amirius Call down. And then what do we do from there, though? That's the question. Can't lie, a Doomscar there would have been nice. What do we do? Because we attack into this, they gain 3 life. We get a treasure, we get a Amirius Call down, but then I have nothing to sacrifice to bring in anything else. I mean, I could bring in a Spirited Companion over the Fable. Could be good. Could be good. You know, to get the Amirius Call in early is the key, right? And then we get Tox Rill down, which could really make a game change here. Bit of a game changer for sure. Now we draw a card. We do have a blocker for the Finn. And now we just play the Spirited Companion next turn. Sack that for a Tox Rill, and we're in business. Seems good to me, man. Seems good to me. Just keep them off of these these poison counters. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. Keep them off the poison counters. Let's draw a card. See what card we hit here. Wedding Announcement. Okay. And then because we have the Wedding Announcement, we can actually choose the 1/1 creature that's going to populate from this Wedding Announcement. So we'll do that. And we're going to get 2 more poison counters, unfortunately. If they kill Tox Rill, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about that. It's just unfortunate for us. They have removal, which I'm sure they do. They have plenty of removal, I've got to imagine. Ways to kind of fight our creatures and stuff like that. That's a good sign. Okay. You're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. Man. Not being able to play this turn is probably going to be our downfall. Because this is going to hit us for 1 and we just die. How do we combat that? How do we combat that? I don't know. And there's the land. Would have been helpful a turn ago. I think we lose just because we missed the land drop there. Unfortunately, in kind of a very lame way too, because the opponent's just gonna hit us for that one. Man. Spirited Companion or more. I mean, Morog's the play, right? Just, I don't think there was anything better we could have done there. All right, we lose to the single 1/1 flyer over the top from our opponent, man. Crazy. If only this was not a creature. So sad. So sad. It is what it is. I mean, we died to a pretty cool effect here by our opponent with the poison counters. That's just so unfortunate that they were able to hit us for 1 there. We just got the Toxtril down 1 turn too late. It was just, and honestly, again, we don't even lose that game if we get the Sanctuary Warden down. Had we hit the land off the top instead of the, the Sister's Call, we get the Warden in and then we're fine. We win that game, but gosh darn it, we were so close. Man, if only we got that land. If only, man. Holy cow. Forgot I had this down here. Little tiny Coca-Cola can. Little tiny one. Let's hope I don't spill that. I'm sure I will. All right, let's keep this. Opponent goes first. Doomscar should hopefully get us there, and Companion also some nice card advantage. Gonna need to see though a white source in order for us to cast said Doomscar. So let's hope we can grab that. Field of Ruins have been a bit of a pain in my butt in the last couple of games. Ones that you haven't seen. There were a couple of times where I needed a certain color and we kept getting Field of Ruin, kind of like right now. All right, well, this is gonna get tricky because we are taking a lot of damage here. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. A board reset here is huge because we could not take another shot from a 5-powered Usher the Fallen. That would have been really annoying. So really happy that we got to blow that up. And now another Usher comes down. These boasting abilities are pretty annoying, but not the end of the world. Don't mind if I do. And drop that. Drop the mic. Drop a Doomscar. And hopefully win this game. I would love for that to happen. Let's see. Opponent's got 2 cards left in hand, though. So they could still theoretically refill the board pretty easily. Definitely discard. Oh, but yeah, that's fine. Let's discard that. Because it also gets us something into the graveyard later after we blow up the board. So it is what it is. Field of Ruin. Blow up the board. We have the Sister's Call. We will be getting the 3/4 on the other side of the Ajago, which is pretty sweet. We also have the ability now to cast this Warden. I don't think we even need to worry about the Sister's Call here. I think we just get busy here. Get busy with the Warden. And create some blockers. And I don't know how they make it through this defense, if I'm being honest. Brutal Cathar is a good way to start, though. Good way to start that. We have a good blocker with... Okay, they don't want to do anything. That's fair. That's fair. And I gotta imagine this is gonna put a pretty big damper in their plans as well. Might as well attack here. Creates another body, right? So let's do it. I was gonna say, if you want to double block, that's fine. And we get to kill their Adeline early thanks to that block. That was... Honestly, it was unintentional, but I'll take it. All right, we'll take back our Sanctuary Warden, drawing another card. And there's a scoop. Yeah, that was about as bad as it could get for them towards the end there. The double Doomscars was so clutch off the opening hand going second. Doomscar is one of the best things you can see. So I love beating mono white. Feels so good to beat mono white. It does feel pretty bad to get Doomscarred like that a bunch of times, but hey, when you're actually the one pulling the trigger on the Doomscar, feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. What do we got? Pretty solid hand here, actually. We got a pretty familiar Doomscar in the opening hand here. And Fable to get both these creatures into the yard. I mean, this is looking pretty spicy right here. Pretty spicy. And we're seeing some Gruul colors. Love that. They dropped the Hellhound on turn 2 in order to ensure that it got... Oh, I guess this came in tapped. What am I saying? Okay. I was kind of confused at that play line. But you know what? I'm the silly one. I don't actually know what's going on. So, cool. All right, we're going to put this here. And I think Fable is a good play here. But if we're going to Doomscar the board... Oh, wow. Okay. A little bit of Evolving Wilds action, huh? Maybe I go with the Wedding Announcement. Maybe I go with the Wedding Announcement because I can get a chump blocker out there for one of these creatures. And I mean, unless they got lucky and get another land that comes in and sacks itself, they shouldn't be able to get a card draw off of this next play with, you know, this only having 2 power. They'd have to hit another sack land or some sort of creature with haste. So I am going to go with the Wedding Announcement over the Doomscar. That's the plan. Just kind of explaining why I'm going this route. I can chump block, hopefully get them to invest one more creature into the board, hopefully with not having haste, and then we Doomscar the board. Okay, perfect. That doesn't have haste. They don't have a land. This is perfect. We got one extra creature with the Doomscar by being a little more patient, so that feels pretty good. Nice. Nice. Tamiyo safekeeping, really? Brutal. Brutal, bro. Okay, well, at least we have a chump blocker for that. It does give itself trample, though, with how much mana? 4. So they could do that, but no, they instead elect to play the null. Cabaretti. They did just draw that Cabaretti. I think I'm going to take that. That's fine. Because it becomes a 2/2 next turn. There's a lot of value to be had there. Obviously, Fable's the only thing we have to play, so we're going to drop that down. And no attacks. Here comes another 2/2, and now we got a bunch of bodies that are very good for blocking now. And Sanctuary Warden comes out next, followed by Morog, and we're really looking spicy. All right, how's this going to go down, though? They really want that card draw, apparently. They spread the damage. They spread the damage here. I'm going to go like that. Down to 8. I mean, that is a lot of damage they've been dishing out to me. That's for sure. Pretty strange that they play these life gain lands. I was going to drop these 2, but now that I can play them out next turn, I'm going to go ahead and drop these 2 lands. Toxrill. Ooh, savage. All right. Let's go with the Warden. Warden draws me a card, gets me a 2/2, and we get a Doomscar, and the Warden has a shield counter. Doomscar looking pretty sweet right now. Obviously, they have maybe some sort of fight mechanics, but not too afraid of those things. These aren't even snow lands, so they're not running Blizzard Brawl. So it would probably be some sort of burn spell if they had any removal spell at all. I mean, them attacking into me, though, is a bit annoying because I don't want to lose my shield counter. But you know what? I do get a Fable that's going to transform next turn. And copying the Warden is such a busted thing to do. Ooh, you're gonna... Okay, you're gonna try to kill my Warden. Smart. I like that. It's a ballsy move, but I like it. All right. I am gonna actually... I know I could play Morog here, which is a much better blocker, but I'm okay with just playing this for now and then looking to try and get, you know, Toxrill into the graveyard and Yeah, we should be able to attack here. I don't think they're going to be able to do much with 2 cards on this next turn to clear the board and kill me. But then again, they play a gold span, which is such a good card. Oh man, a hasty flyer. That's tough. That's tough. But I could maybe kill them here with Morog. I don't know. Can I kill them with Morog here? Probably not, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Attack again for 22, 23, 24, 25. Is that right? I think I have lethal. I think I have literally exactly lethal. I'm gonna go for it because in my brain it makes sense. I did the math. Hopefully it adds up. They have instant speed spells though, which is making my heart pound and my adrenaline go. Oh man, I hope I'm right, because if I'm not right, we just lost. But I do get 2 treasures in a land, so I could Doomscar the board if this doesn't actually pan out. So actually, there's a pretty good contingency plan here. So we're gonna attack in. Everything gets +1 here. We drop the land, we attack in again. They get another +1, and it should be exactly 14 if I did the math correctly. But knowing me, probably didn't. I'm adding it again and it still seems to check out. Another treasure. 14 damage on board. Any sort of removal spells? I mean, if it is a removal spell, it is what it is. Oh, 2 life gain. That is busted. Oh my god. Tamiyo safekeeping gains them 2 life. Bruh. I mean, it was another really close game that, I mean, we're talking inches. Wow. What is our luck? That's crazy. Still a really fun game though, man. GG. Man, I mean, that was so close. The 2 games we lost were just so utterly razor thin close. It hurts, but it doesn't, because they were fun games, exciting games, but it hurts because we were just like right there. I can't believe the 1 card they had gained them 2 life. I had a hunch it could have been Tamiyo safekeeping because we've already seen it the 1 time, but I did not take into account the Tamiyo safekeeping gains them 2 life. That's just so unfortunate. There really, though, if you think about it, I'm trying to think about it still because it's still in my head for whatever reason. If you think about it, there really wasn't anything we could have done differently. I'm trying to think of all the play lines that were available there at the end. Even if we didn't play Morag out and we just went straight Doomscar, they play the Tamiyo safekeeping. It survives that way as well. So there wasn't really anything we could have done there. They had the nuts, unfortunately. All right, we're looking for Doomscar clearly. Okay, they don't spread the counters out, which is unfortunate. I was hoping they would. All right, Fable the Mirror Breaker. It does get us a treasure, gets us to the Spirit Call. I'm sorry, yeah, Spirit Sister Call a turn early. So we could drop Toxrill, Spirit Call, you know, hopefully drawing into 2 helpful cards. Maybe Doomscar would be great. Then if we don't get Doomscar, we can attack in, get the treasure, Sister Call, and get Toxrill down, which will then hopefully eat our opponent's creatures until we win. Ultimately, not terrible. We're in a pretty good spot. As long as I don't have another 2-drop here, maybe to put in front of our 2/2. If our Goblin can survive, that would be even better. That's the thing, right? Can it survive? That's the big question. All right, no place from our opponent. That's a pretty big card too to get in the yard. Doomscar, let's go. Okay, well, in that case, looks like we're gonna Doomscar the board, and then we'll look to Amiria's Call next turn. Amiria's Call next turn. So Doomscar the board, take care of these 2 critters on the field. Now we're at 11. We're chilling really nicely. Sister's Call comes down. We sack the Kiki Jiki, and in turn we can bring back a Toxrill. And then I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure our opponent's going to scoop from this play, because no opponent that's playing mono white wants to see a Toxrill come down with them only having 2 mana left over. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to feel good. They might take this turn, but as soon as Toxrill actually triggers its -1/1s here, they're going to not like that. Apparently we're a good matchup for mono white. I didn't think we would be, but we've done pretty well. I mean, again, our opponent not finding a ton of mana here to work with though, but you never know. I mean, Brutal Cathar could come down, and if they Brutal Cathar this, it actually does go away forever if we kill their Brutal Cathar. So okay, no Brutal Cathar, we love that. I hate how much that cost me just now, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, this will allow us to get in the Warden. Another Toxrill, very nice. Another Toxrill, feeling good. What is going on here? I gotta imagine they're not going to block this. They have a lot of life total to kind of work with here, and that flies, but it is going to be a 0 power, so something to consider. All right, Warden's in. Warden creates another little 1/1, and then that 1/1 can then bring back the Spirited Companion. Spirited Companion we can sack again for anything. We can bring back another Spirit Call or Fable the Mirror Breaker. The loops are kind of crazy in this deck, like kind of really crazy, but and what's nice too is the Toxrill kills the Redain here, which is going to make our other things cheaper again, which is nice. Oh brother, that's not good. That's not good. We still have a great block against the Redain, so they're not going to play it, and I have another Toxrill in hand. The problem is just getting Toxrill down here. Oh, they're tapped out. What am I saying? What am I saying? Let's do it like so. Another Sanctuary Warden. I mean, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty spicy. They're going to take 5 here, or they're going to block. There's really not much they can do about their Wandering Emperor, so I got to imagine they're not going to block for that. Unless they make a mistake, but this game's pretty much over. It really is. I feel bad, but it is pretty much over, so. Unless they're running a Doomscar of their own. I mean, that could be possible. I've seen some stranger things than that before, so. All right, we get another little 1/1, and we're going to go ahead and draw a card here. And now Spirited Companion is something I don't mind sacking to bring back another Fable. I've got to imagine their head's gonna explode here, though. They're gonna send it here on the concede. Yep, there it is. There's nothing they can do. There's literally nothing in their hand. I mean, 2 Brutal Cathars even doesn't really do the trick. So, GG's. Very good game. All right, one last game for the road. A little bit of a back and forth with this deck today, huh? But you know what? That's Mythic for you, I guess. Fable. Okay, this is good. This is really good. Doomscar, Fable. We have things to throw away. Spirit. Yeah, this is really solid. Gonna need to find a black source though to really solidify the hand, but aside from that, feeling pretty good. Uh-oh. This is an aggressive deck, and the Ronin does a really good job of avoiding Doomscar, obviously, so that's gonna be tough to deal with. That will be a tough cookie to crack. But now we got Toxrill and Morog in, we're going to be putting those in the graveyard, so that's nice. Nice, we get a black source too. Very helpful. Very helpful. Come on, I hope Fable gets me 2 really good cards off the top here. I mean, what could we hope for the most, really? I don't know, tough to say. I'm gonna have to stop that, unfortunately. I can't allow them to continuously hit me for residuals. All right, Toxrill, Morog both go. That's not terrible. But this is probably more important to make sure we get the call down. Yeah, it's probably more important to play the big score here, which does open us up for an attack though, which is a bit annoying. That doesn't have haste though. That doesn't have haste. It was a pretty quick play on our opponent's part. Love that. All right, get Morag in, and more land is good. Spirited Companion, also very nice to have. It's just a great little addition here because we can play it out now, and we can go get ourselves the Tox Drill. We have Tox Drill, right? Or am I tripping? No, we have Tox Drill. Okay. All right, opponent's in some serious hot water now. This though, you know, can kill my creatures. It gets big really fast. We really can't sleep on that. But Tox Drill is a 7 powered or 7 toughness creature, so it's gonna be very hard for them to kill it. They do have Menace though on the Professional Facebreaker, which is kind of annoying because I don't really want to double block it because they can kill the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. And if I find a Sanctuary Warden, the Kiki Jiki is so good. It's like top notch. Okay, well, it doesn't matter either way. It's dead. So, Facebreaker getting through either way. Double Reactor. Ooh. Double Reactor, huh? And now treasures are hitting the field. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. These things get big really fast. Really, really fast. They might actually even kill me. We'll see. Morag is going to hit the field. Oh, maybe I should have waited on the land drop. I didn't even... Oh, I totally forgot about Morag. That was such a silly move on my part. I should have waited for the land drop. And, well, no, it wouldn't have mattered. Morag comes in at the end step. What am I saying? Guys, ignore me. Sometimes I'm talking to myself and I'm like, oh, you made a mistake. And I'm like, oh, no, you didn't make a mistake. It's my internal thoughts leaking out. And I apologize. What's nice, though, is Professional Facebreaker does no damage to us this next turn. And, yeah, we're going to go with Morag. We obviously want the bigger creature here, I think. And then this, does it deal damage or... Yeah, whenever it deals combat damage. So they're not going to get any value off of that with the treasures. 3, 4, 5. They got 5 damage collectively, though, to deal to a creature here. And if Morag survives this, we should be able to win and close this game out with the pathway. I don't know. Pretty gnarly game this is turning into because those reactors are very scary. But getting the Facebreaker down to 0 is nice because they can't get a treasure. And they scoop. Nice. Okay, cool. Didn't have the answers, unfortunately, for them. Was going to get a double attack with Morag, too, which you don't want that on the... You don't want to be on the tail end of that attack. GG. And that is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and thank you again to everybody, as always, for sticking around to the very end of the video. It helps a ton. We are going to break the deck down, but huge shout out to you for making it this far. I do appreciate that a lot. It helps the YouTube algorithm out a lot and pushes my videos out to more people. So thanks for hanging around to the end, and I'm glad you enjoyed the video enough to do so. That being said, let's take a look at the list and see how we kind of put this thing together. So pretty simple. This deck was built pretty easily because what I was trying to do is build a Spirit Sisters Call deck. Now, we started off with this card, of course, and then we built around it, which was pretty simple to do just because, again, this card, a lot of people forget you can target it, you know, this card itself and bring back other enchantments, which really helps with, like, you know, Binding the Old Gods type of stuff. I think I did this deck before with Binding the Old Gods. You can bring that card back and, you know, kill something, which is really helpful in the late game. But I wanted to try it in Mardu today because, obviously... anytime you're doing reanimator things, Fable the Mirror Breaker is one of the best things you could possibly do because it's such a great way to fill up your graveyard and then get value later with the treasures. And then from there, I built my deck, you know, based on what creatures I wanted to run. I thought, you know, Tox Drill, Morag, and Sanctuary Warden were some great picks for some, you know, top end game closing things. I've also seen people copy with the Kiki Jiki, the Sanctuary Warden, a bunch of times before, and being able to draw 2 cards per turn by copying that is so good. And you also get to, you know, get 2 creatures and smack their face. It's such a good combination that I wanted the Sanctuary Warden in there for sure. And then also Morag is something I've been dying to play for a long time. So I thought, why not throw in today's deck? And you guys just know how good Tox Drill is. So that was the idea. And then from there, we built around that. I wanted to make sure we had a lot of tokens that we can generate to, you know, sacrifice and bring these creatures back and lose almost no value from that. So we went with the Wedding Announcement. The restoration of Iganjo was a really great choice because it also creates, you know, spirit tokens, but at the same time, you know, it fills up our graveyard and then brings things back. And from there, we had a really good synergy with Spirited Companion because, you know, we sacrifice, you know, anything, whether it be a big creature here. And if we had just a Spirited Companion in the graveyard, we can bring it back with the restoration. It draws us an extra card. And this now becomes a target we can sack for one of our creatures. So there's a ton of synergies there. The only cards that don't exactly synergize perfectly with the deck would be Big Score and Doomscar, being that they're, you know, instant sorcery speed cards instead of enchantments and creatures, but both kind of need to serve their purpose. You know, Doomscar being a board wipe, which is pretty helpful because we take a little bit of time to set up here. And then Big Score, obviously, with the whole discarding cards and drawing cards, helps with the, you know, filling of the graveyard. Also getting the treasures helps, especially in a 3-colored deck where we don't have any tri-colored lands. But yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell. It was a pretty fun deck. It was pretty straightforward with the idea of what it does, but Sister's Call is a card I think is underplayed, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any ideas on how to make the deck any better, by all means, let me know down below in the comments. I hope today's video was fun. And this definitely could use some work. So by all means, if you have ideas, let me know, or even just make it better yourself, you know, make those adjustments. But there's something here. The shell of this deck is pretty cool. I think it has something pretty special, and I love how well it worked together. Let me try to explain one more cool thing I did try. I didn't like it as much, but it was worth a try, and I want to just at least let you guys know so maybe you can try it down the road. But there's artifacts in this deck technically, because we do generate a ton of treasures. So where is it at? Let me go and just choose artifacts to speed this process up. But if you go to artifacts here, there is an artifact that I was playing. Here it is. Potion of Healing. That's what it was. Potion of Healing was an artifact I had in the deck early on in place of the Spirited Companion. Kind of doing the same thing though. So the Potion of Healing comes down. Sorry, my nose just started itching. Potion of Healing would come down. It would draw me a card. I can sacrifice it with its own, you know, 1 mana sacrifice, gain the 3 life, and then later when we generate these treasures with Fable and the Big Score, we can then sacrifice those treasures to bring this back, drawing another card and gaining more life with the Sister's Call. Because this being an artifact and the treasures being an artifact, it's a pretty cool synergy. Something you can try as well, but I did like the Spirited Companion a little bit better because it was a little more important when it came back that we could sacrifice it again to bring back a Toxrill or something. So there was just that added benefit of the fact that this was a creature that we could kill later to bring back another big creature. So there was just an added bit of benefit there. But if you could squeeze both the Spirited Companion as well as the Potion of Healing, it might be worth a try. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add. Pretty cool idea, I thought. And if you want to give it a spin and maybe add it and then take something else out, let me know. But in the meantime, guys, that's going to do it for me today on today's video. And lastly, huge shout out goes to the MARDU Mob, of course. MARDU Mob being the membership program here on the channel. All of these people, you know, help support the channel grow through their monthly memberships. And I got to say a huge shout out and thank you to them every single time I make a video, because I do appreciate them so very much. And I have to let them know. But if you guys want to know more about the MARDU Mob, by all means, hit that join button down below. Links in the description as well. You can learn a little bit more about that. But that will conclude today's video. We'll see you, of course, tomorrow for the next one. And till then, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. Yeah. The name is Swayze, you know Patrick. Yeah. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks to the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.